DC Style Files.
Hi, welcome back to DCTV. I'm DC. Before I get started, I would just like to acknowledge that I'm hosting this live stream on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. You might be tuning in from other parts of Australia. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands where you may be joining me from today. I pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. So welcome back. DCTV is a late night TV show about fashion. I'm the host, DC, and on this show we discuss fashion and solve fashion dilemmas. It happens every Monday night from 9 o'clock. And yeah, I'm a fashionista, fashion blogger, host of the DC Style Files. So I think this is episode 5 of DCTV. Thanks for joining us. It's not lockdown. We're broadcasting here from Melbourne. It's not lockdown, but it's we can't have visitors to our studios, so that's why 8 Yorks is not here in the background again, unfortunately. So hopefully 8 Yorks can come back next week if the restrictions allow it. Until then, the plant's back in 8 Yorks' place. So we have the plant instead for another week. But instead, 8 Yorks has recorded some music, and I think you can hear that in the background now. 8 Yorks is doing a cover of a Formaldehyde song, which is the DC Style Files theme tune. So thanks to 8 Yorks for providing these tunes that we're listening to, and hopefully we'll see 8 Yorks back next week. Now, so Morpho, you might remember Morpho was asked a fashion dilemma in episode 3, and I solved a fashion dilemma for Morpho, and then Morpho became one of the team, became a stagehand on the DC Style Files DCTV. Morpho is here today and actually got the set all ready. So this is Morpho getting everything ready earlier on tonight. Let's go to that. Yeah, so thanks Morpho. Morpho comes in and seamlessly moves things around set and without being seen, and did a bit of sweeping, got everything ready today. It's great to have Morpho on the team. Yeah, so Morpho, luckily Morpho is able to come in even though we've got restrictions here in Melbourne to do their job of getting things ready. We've also got a studio audience tonight. Let's go to the studio audience. So yeah, luckily the studio audience could come in. Everyone in the audience lives here at the DC Style Files HQ, so that's why they were able to be here. Welcome everyone. Excited? Thanks for Thanks for making it to the show. Okay, well, I think we might come back to the studio audience a bit later. But yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming, everyone, for turning up. Okay. So I had a couple of dilemmas sent to me in the chat room last week. So Alana, she said, I have a dilemma. How can I make my mask look stylish, classy, and unique? So thanks for asking me that in the chat room, Alana. I've got a few masks here from last lockdown in Melbourne, and I have added, I've updated them to make them. I think they're quite stylish and unique. So I thought I would show you some of the ones that I have. So this one here. Let's just take this off. So this is my day mask, and I added a couple of some press studs along the top of this day mask. So that means that I can put on this veil when day turns to night. So that just attaches here with the press studs and then hangs down like this. And I think that's for when you want to go out, like it's gotten dark, maybe you want to go out to a bar or something, you want something that's a little bit more glamorous or classy. And this actually these press studs here, they allow the veil to go on or come off. So you could add anything here really to add a bit more class. So that's one suggestion for you, Alana. Another suggestion, so to make your mask unique, one way of doing that is to add to put a monogram on your mask. What I've done is I've cut out some fabric and sewed on my initials, DC, here onto this mask. Basically making it a unique mask that's unique to me. I was lucky enough to be able to add some 3D printed elements to this mask. So this one is also monogrammed in plastic, hard plastic, it says DC. This one, I don't know if you can see up close, but all these little stitches here, I've embroidered this mask with giving it my initials. So a few people have said to me lately that because it's been a while since the last lockdown, their masks have gone missing, and maybe their masks have been borrowed by like a brother or a family member or a friend. But one benefit of adding your initials onto your mask is that you know exactly whose mask this is. So it can't be confused if this was borrowed by my sister, for example. Yeah, so that's a way of making your masks unique. Alana, I hope that, or classy, or adding some glamour. So I hope that helps. Thanks for asking me that question. And I also had a couple of other questions that were from Asha and Emily. So I think it seems that a couple of people in the chat room, they're travelling to North Queensland soon, maybe after the restrictions have lifted. North Queensland and Northern Australia. So that's Asha and Emily, and they asked me how to look fashionable and stay cool in the hot weather, and also how to protect against kind of creepy crawlies and insects and wildlife. So thanks for asking that in the chat, both of you. Let's see, I'm just going to find the right. So yeah, I spent some time up in Cairns a little while ago, This is the outfit that I took up there. I tried to wear clothes that were light on, but colourful, or tropical with the colours. So that's that's the outfit that I wore. I had some sun protection with a colourful hat. I had a nice cotton-based t-shirt, and also you can see me holding it on my shoulder. I've got a like a kind of where is it? Got a bit of a coat there, or like a cloak to keep off the rain. So that's for the wet season in Cairns. And I also had some screen printed shorts there, colourful ones, and some rainbow leggings. So you might want to, you may or may not want to wear the leggings. Maybe in winter you could wear those, because it does get very hot up in North Queensland and Northern Australia. So with your fashion dilemma, you might want to, if you want to get rid of creepy crawlies or discourage them, maybe you could consider something like this shade protection that I made for a Kiko. You could make it full length. It doesn't have to, or you could attach it to the sleeves of your t-shirt, or the bottom bits of your shorts. Just put it places where there's bare skin. So that's, I think that's, I hope that solves your fashion dilemma. And I know you also asked Asher about crocs and snakes, but I think maybe, I don't know if fashion can always solve can solve every dilemma. Maybe just, it's well signposted up there, maybe just stay away from the areas with the crocs when you're up there. Yeah, but I hope that helps. I think maybe there's a couple of dilemmas that I've kind of solved there. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so yeah, so those questions were sent to me in the chat room. So if you have a message for me, I'm going to be going to the chat room a bit later. You can just send it, send me a message or tell me your fashion dilemma. Maybe you just want to ask me a question. I think you need to have a YouTube account to log into the chat room. So as long as you have that, then you can go in there, and then I'll be going into the chat room a bit later. And this is the fashion dilemma board that I've got. I've got a few fashion dilemmas to solve coming up. I'm going to solve at least one more of these tonight. But if you also have a fashion dilemma, just get in touch with me, send me a message. I'll add your fashion dilemma to the board, and I'll solve it and present the solution in a future episode on DCTV one Monday night. I'm just going to go to an ad. Let's see. Hi, DC here from the DC Style Files. Do you have a fashion emergency? If so, get in touch with me and I'll get back to you with a fashion solution. Yeah, so send me your fashion dilemma. Just get in touch in the chat room, or send it to me via social media, or go through my website. That's how to tell me a fashion dilemma. I'll solve it on the show, on a future show. Okay, so what are we up to? So, yeah, so I had a fashion dilemma sent to me by Lyndon. And she said, Lyndon said, I'm moving to Melbourne. how do I turn my thin cotton-based clothes into something warmer? So thanks for that, sending me that question, Lyndon. I also moved to Melbourne from somewhere more tropical, so I can understand your dilemma. I had to do some big adjustments to my wardrobe when I came here. And I thought I might see if Kenneth, what advice Kenneth has about, warm climate fashion and cold climate fashion. Kenneth's here in the studio. Hi, Kenneth.
Hi, DC.
So Kenneth, have you got much experience wearing fashion in hot climates at all?
I've travelled around a lot, and when I'm in hot climates, I usually dress in lighter clothes, wearing shorts, t-shirts, singlets, and sometimes just my swimmers.
Ah, okay, interesting. And how about cold climates?
When I go to colder climates, or when it's winter, I usually add some layers and wear warmer, puffier clothes that provide more coverage.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's interesting. Thanks for your experience there, Kenneth. And do you have any tips for Lyndon at all with her move, travelling from Queensland to Victoria, going from a tropical climate to something a bit more cold?
It would be great if you could keep some of the tropical colours and patterns from her Queensland wardrobe, but make her items more practical for the colder weather.
Okay, that's good advice. Thanks a lot, Kenneth.
Not a problem, DC.
Okay, so I did come up with a solution during the week for Lyndon. What I did was I gathered together some of my, just some cotton-based clothes that I had around the studio, and just had a look at what I could do to transform them for a colder climate. So, Lyndon, let's have a look. Yeah, so I had a couple of t-shirts that you might wear in Queensland, and then I sewed them together, creating like a double layer t-shirt just for a bit more warmth. And then I stuffed that with some pillow stuffing. And that gave me a bit of extra warmth there and a bit of puffiness with the t-shirt. I wasn't sure if that was going to, or the stuffing was going to sink to the bottom, so I added a few segments into the shirt, turning it into something a bit inspired by a puffy jacket. So that's my puffy t-shirt, and that just adds a lot more warmth. This is a nice skirt, a nice patterned one that you might wear in Queensland. You could also wear it as a bit of a shawl or a cloak. I added some fur to this on the collar for a bit of added warmth. And I added some little fur pom-poms as well. You could totally cover the inner lining of this cloak to make it even warmer. I just didn't have enough fur, that's all. Otherwise, that's something I might have done. This is a nice dress that you might wear in the tropics. But if you're in a colder climate, you can pull it down and turn it into a long skirt. That way all of your legs get covered. This is a nice shirt. You can add this over the top of that skirt to make a double-layered skirt for a bit of extra heat. This is a nice patterned singlet. Add this over the top of the other two to make a three-tiered layered skirt. That's getting quite warm now. This tropical dress, something that you might wear on a summer's day in Queensland. In Melbourne, you could wear that as a scarf for protect your neck. This Surfer's Paradise cap, I added some earmuffs to it using fake fur. This cairn singlet, you might wear it on its own in Queensland, but here in Melbourne that's just another layer, so you put something else over the top of that. So let's put all these items on to make a bit of an outfit and see what we can do with all these cotton-based clothes. Pop on the hat, and I've added some socks. I cut the feet off these socks and use them as arm warmers. And that's the full outfit. This outfit still retains a lot of the nice colours and patterns of the type of clothes that you might wear in the tropics or in Queensland. But a lot of extra warmth, so a lot of extra padding there and a lot more layers. Bit of fur, bit of fake fur as well. So that's another fashion dilemma solved. So head to the live audience. Yeah, so thanks everyone. That's a possible suggestion for you, Lyndon. So a way to transform your cotton-based clothes into something that's more appropriate for a colder environment, but still retaining the nice colours and patterns that are part of like a Queensland kind of style. So what are we up to now? I might just go for a quick ad.
DC has arrived. Welcome everybody to DCTV. Thank you for joining live. He's rolling in the A-listers. He'll do any interview. What have you found out about the world of fashion this week?
Stay tuned for Kenneth's Corner.
And it's all happening live on YouTube. Let's make some clothes. DCTV starring DC. Monday nights at 9 PM live on the DC Style Files YouTube channel.
Welcome back to DCTV. I'm your host, DC. So I've just solved another fashion dilemma for Lyndon. And I thought I might head into the chat now, into the chat room. And see what messages people have been sending. Let's have a look. So I've got, let's see, Angela, she says, can't wait for 8 Yorks to be back in the studio. Me too, Angela. I'm looking forward to having 8 Yorks back. Nadzi C, hi DC, 8 Yorks planned. And Angela, good one, Morpho. David's joined the chat. Hi, David. Hi, Peter. He said, all I saw was a plant. That was when Morpho was, setting everything up, making everything look nice in here. Nadzi C, dance and sweep like no one is watching. Carl says, this is possibly the best thing on the internet. Thanks, Carl. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed Morpho's, what Morpho has set up and then what we've done here on the show. The fashion dilemmas. Angela, Lyndon says hi. Peter says, did you see a ghost? Lyndon says, I'm moving to Melbourne next week. Looks like I have to get used to wearing a mask. Thanks for all the glamour mask tips, DC. No worries, Lyndon. Just the plant, Peter. Angela says, rainbow thongs or scuba fabric sandals would have been ace up in Cairns too. Yeah, that's a nice idea, adding some thongs to the tropical look. I love the protective veil, says Nadsy C. If you accidentally fall in love in the tropics, you could get married right there and then. That would be nice. A tropical wedding. Lyndon seems happy with her solution. I've been waiting for this. Kenneth is the man, she says. And she says, wow, interesting, the puff is fascinating. Like dropping down of the dress. So Lyndon seems pretty happy with the results of the outfit. She likes the dropping down of the dress and the layering. Love these ideas. Hopefully they're... when she gets these ideas into effect, she says she's going to send a photo. And she says, that's fabulous. So, yeah, that's great, Lyndon. I look forward to seeing this photo. I really want to see how you take up these ideas. And hopefully that's... So yeah, it's good inspiration for you. The dress is amazing. Nadsy wants to borrow the dress. And Peter says QMFF, Queensland Melbourne fusion fashion. Sounds like a great fusion, a great combination. Well, thanks everyone for commenting in the chat. Only one segment left on the show tonight. That's Viewer of the Week. So Viewer of the Week tonight is Helen. So congratulations, Helen, for being Viewer of the Week. So Helen is Viewer of the Week because she's asked a few questions about protest fashion, and I came up with a few outfits for her. This outfit, No Fashion Police, was made using a couple of pillowcases. You can take off the shirt and use it as a kind of a placard or a banner. This one here, Fashion Freedom, I made some kind of butterfly wings. These are all wearable items that you could wear to a protest. And then this outfit here is kind of like a bit of a cloak that you wear. On one side, when you put your arms out, it says, be your own stylist. And on the other side, it says, make your own clothes. So these are 3 protest outfits I made. And then I, with a couple of friends, we went down to the Melbourne Fashion Festival or Fashion Week to do a protest, standing there in front of all the logos. We went and did a bit of a protest at a fashion event, and went down to a local high-class fashion outlet with a bit of a protest. And so we didn't start a revolution, but we did get the seeds of, spread the seeds of revolution a little bit. We started a conversation about fashion, definitely, at the Melbourne Fashion Festival. And so that was a question asked by Helen, so that's why Helen is Viewer of the Week this week. And Helen, as Viewer of the Week, she gets a signed photo of DC. So I'll just move camera 2 over. And let's go to camera 2. So here we go. And I'm just going to quickly write this out to Helen. So this is for being Viewer of the Week. So, dear Helen, stay stylish. And then I'll sign with the usual DC signature, which is some sunglasses, and then the letters DC. So yeah, that'll be getting sent out in the mail for Helen. Congratulations, Helen, for getting Viewer of the Week. Stay stylish. So this will be sent out for Helen, and if you want to be Viewer of the Week, you could maybe send me. I mean, some people have asked a lot of fashion dilemmas, and that's why they have one Viewer of the Week. But if you want to, another way of doing it would be you could send me like a photo of a cool fashion item that you might have made, or maybe you saw. Get in touch with me on the internet, or you can send a letter to the DC Style Files HQ, 208 Brunswick, Victoria Street, Brunswick. And that's how you can, that could be one way of getting Viewer of the Week. So it's a way of spreading around the Viewer of the Week. And so this will be, congratulations, Helen, this will be sent off in the post for you. And then I might just head back into the chat for a sec, see what's happened here. No, nothing, I think. Just Lyndon's made a couple more comments. So yeah, I think that's all for this week's episode. It's been maybe a quicker episode of the DCTV. We'll see, maybe DCTV is on every Monday night from 9 o'clock. Episode 5 tonight, episode 6 next week. I'll be solving another fashion dilemma, or a couple more. If you have a fashion dilemma, get in touch with me. I would love to solve it. Or if you just want to, you want me to talk about something on the show, like a type of fashion, then just get in touch with me and I'll see what I can do. But otherwise, stay stylish, everyone, and hope to see you next week, next Monday on DCTV.
The DC Style Files.